Maximals, Maximal Primal here. Welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. So in the last part we finally saved the castle, but the Jarl is still ill. But we also got the wife killed. We could have obviously done something slightly different, but I'm just one of those guys who doesn't really give a shit. So now we've done all we can here, at least. I'm not actually aware of that actually. Hang on. You know, we might do quests. I'm going to see if there's anything we can do.
The deep dark before dawn. Dawn's first light seems eternal, but know that the sun always rises.
Yeah, we've just got missions we can do. I didn't even do these before, actually, to be honest. So. Right, so anyway, let's go and figure this out. So, hang on, let's also pop inside, see if there's any missions to do. No, you know what? No, let's just go and get these out of the way. Okay. I'm a lazy fucker. Oh, you know, let's go to the caravan, see what's new. Oh yeah, fuck.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
Okay, good. Okay, I was thinking it was something else, but that's good. Nope, I thought not. I completely forgot. I'm an idiot.
The Grey Warden dies here!
Ah, fucking Christ.
Something is coming. Now is better than later. Got it. Too slow. I'll get on it.
I shall do it.
Ready. They won't know what hit them. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? You're gonna regret this! Take that!
Trap right ahead. Trap right ahead.
Can't disarm it. Oh well, let's get over here and take these fuckers out.
Trap right ahead.
No, damn it.
All right, battle it is then. Trap right ahead.
Here.
Good to go. It's done. Trap right ahead.
Someone's gonna fall.
No, I'm
on
gonna
it.
keep
Sure
playing
won't
as her
be
for a
me.
bit because I know what's gonna happen. It'll be
Run
like,
away.
eh.
We have done well.
Oh, what?
I... Oh... Oh, I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet. Of that I have no doubt. You are most skilled. If you haven't killed me, however, you must have kept me alive for some purpose, yes? Ah, so I am to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly. A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it. I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service. I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logain of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logain then. I wasn't paid anything. The Crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan Crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest. Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice. The Crows bought me young. I was a bargain, too, or so I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence you. The Crows aren't so bad. They keep one well supplied. Wine, women, men, whatever you happen to fancy. Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it.
I can tell you that. They are an order of assassins out of Ventiva. Very powerful and renowned for always getting the job done, so to speak. Someone went to great expense to hire this man.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the Crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous. Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The Crows get around, you see. Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely. Consider it something I'm throwing in for free. As it is, if you're done with the interrogation, I have a proposal for you, if you're of a mind. Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the Crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the Crows pause, so let me serve you instead. To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the Crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you. I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose. Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I am yours. Is that fair? Why? Because I am skilled at many things, from fighting to stealth and picking locks. I could also warn you should the Antivan Crows attempt something more sophisticated, now that my attempts have failed. I also know a great many jokes. 12 massage techniques, 6 different card games. I do wonderful at parties, no? I think you're royally tough to kill. I'm only hoping that you're stupid. That was a joke. Let me rephrase that. I'm hoping that you're the sort of fellow that takes a chance every now and again. Yes?
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea? We could apparently use a swift kick in the head too, but you don't see me going around asking for one.
A fine plan. But I would examine your food and drink far more closely from now on, were I you.
That's excellent advice for anyone.
Welcome, Zevran. Having an Antivan Crow join us sounds like a fine plan.
Oh, you're another companion to be, then? I wasn't aware such loveliness existed amongst adventurers, surely.
Or maybe not.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
Nope, he's gonna stay. Wait, I'm gonna keep this party. Oh, fuck off, Alistair, going. So I'm just collecting all the bodies because they should have money and health. And we actually need as much as we can get. There's a bit more on that cliff and then we'll fast track to the next area.
If you must.
Yeah, so we've got to continue to where we were going. Yep. You know, we were trying to get to the caravan before. So, let's take them out one by one.
Darkspawn, kill them all. Let's make this quick!
Yes?
Let's make this quick!
Very well. That went well.
Make us breath!
Awaiting orders.
Not doing too bad actually, you know, getting stuff done. So what we meant to do, like... Okay, right, so how do I fast travel out of here then? See if we can try and fast travel like to the other two places first. Go here and then to the top bit and then boom boom. Why?
Target
Foolish
practice, anyone?
creatures.
Right ahead.
All right.
Tear them apart! Right ahead.
Got Got it. All right. Now it's better than later. I'll get on it.
That was my fault.
You'll get no mercy from me!
I shall be feeling that for several days to come. Yes?
Okay, disarm the traps so we can get a key.
Mm-hmm.
Trap right ahead.
Yep, let's keep going. So we're doing some side missions, I think, for now. Because I'm that sort of guy to chill. Let's see what the fuck's going on.
I see them. Dark spawn. It's done.
I'll get on it. Right. So you can get off my
This is
back.
cool, I didn't remember doing it before, to be honest, but it's nice to have the option.
Now it's better than later.
I'm healing soon. I'm wounded. I can't go on like this.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Now it's better than later.
No mercy. I hate absolute violence. Sometimes.
I'll get on it. No chance at all. All right. Got it. Let's grab some glory. I'll get on it. Got it.
All right. Battle it is then.
We get on the floor. So be
Someone say,
You have no
why does it do that? It has like more than one health.
Strike at me if you dare. Now it's better than later. You're gonna regret this!
Oh, thank you, Maker. Thank you, Maker. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Baker. Oh, thank you, Baker. It's like, really?
I'll get on it.
One more place to go, and that is to the battlefield up here, and then we'll go all the way back down to Redfield.
Will you stop eating?
Right.
Trap right ahead.
Yes?
No.
We
Would
might
seem
want
we are
to
not
walk
alone.
softly here. Yes, of course.
All right, let's go! Right. They won't know what hit them. All right, all right. Watch in horror as I rip you apart!
Is that all you've got?
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? I'll get on it.
Huh.
Yeah, that's right. What did I tell you?
But they got hurt as well.
I'll get on it. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Hooky, over there! Let's see some blood! I'll get on it. Can I get you a ladder
There's
so
the
you can
second
get off
people
my
are
back?
actually winning.
So be it.
Now's better than later. Got it.
So easy.
Got it. All right, all right. Got it.
Very well.
You're in a little over your head. It's a massacre, and no one's getting out alive. Strike at me if you dare. That's right, come on! I'll get on it.
I didn't have to get rid of you.
So be it.
All right, all right.
Now we get our hands dirty.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
I am your death.
Someone's gonna
Did she
fall
say
and
I'm
it
your
sure
death?
won't be me! Ah!
Nice.
Cannot continue like this.
Yes? Something you need?
No, I'm trying to do stuff. Find more health potions, the better.
Yes.
Just like you wanted. What now?
Yes?
No.
Right away. I'll do it.
Let's get the fuck out of here, we're good.
Trap right ahead.
Now's better than later. Got it.
Trap right ahead.
Let's keep going then, since we're good. Oh jeez. Hang on a minute, does anybody in our team need upgrades?
Foolish creature, it should know better than to attack. I'll get on it. You're in a little over your head.
Have a look. I mean,
All right, all right. I'll get you a ladder so you can get off my back. Got it. Now it's better than later. Right, right. I'll get on it.
I see.
All right, all right. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Got it. All right, all right. Now, better than later. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? I'll get on it. Got it. All right. I'll get on it. Now, it's better than later. Foolish creature, it should know better than to attack.
oh, there's one more. Okay, let's finish it off
All
then.
right, all right. Excellent.
I love the glue for this. I see what's over here. That oh, fuck's sake. How many?
Yes?
No.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Oh, the
I'm
bear.
trying to be merciful.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Excellent! That's right, come on! I'll get on it. No. How would you?
I load it, so what shall I use it on? Let's get out of here then. We've got to return back to Redcliffe Village. We'll just turn everything in. And we're back. I'm surprised we didn't run into any fights, to be honest, but hey ho. Let's turn these in, because why not?
Things are quiet in Redcliffe for now.
Those stung with 100 arrows, those suffering from ailments both great and small, his heart was strong, and he moved on. The deep dark before dawn's first light seems eternal, but know that the sun always rises.
Blackstone Quest, okay.
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Return a thing, okay, good. So alright, so anyway, let's go to the broken circle. So I think we're good now. We've done the missions here, so I think, we're good to go. Go to the docks. So yeah, now we're in
Do
this.
you see the tower? The view from the top must be spectacular.
Why, bless my soul. What's a distinguished personage like yourself doing here? Don't hold your breath. No one's been allowed across the lake for days. I'm the ferryman. Leastwise, I used to be. Poor old Kester. Out of a job. I don't got a clue. They wouldn't tell me. Gregor just came down and said, "Don't you worry, Kester. We got it all under control, we do." Didn't say nothing else. And then he puts Carol in charge of my boat. Lissy. Named for my grandmum, she was. He's Knight Commander of the Templars up in the tower. Good man. You could try swimming, but I don't recommend it. Nasty things in that lake. I reckon it's all them potions they dump in there. Gregor's told me to stay here till it blows over, but I'm telling you, some storms don't blow over easy. You're too kind. Your type don't usually give my type the time of day.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? Exactly who I was hoping to meet. I represent a collective of mages interested in going about their lives without the constant scrutiny of the Chantry. Next to me, and in every major settlement, you will find an inconspicuous sack containing requests from mages all over the land who need the assistance of someone skillful and discreet. Thank you, my friend. We have agents in every major settlement to reward you for work done on behalf of the collective. Maker's smile upon you.
Okay. Okay, so now we've got to spoiled princess. Okay, I want to see these places. Like I said, some of this stuff is new territory for me, but okay, that's not so. We can do this casually.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Can a man drink in peace?
Good day, and welcome to the Spoiled Princess. Is there something I can get for you? It was my father's idea. He ran the inn before me, and he named it for my sister. She was his little princess. Princess decided the country was too dull for her and moved to Denerim. More glamorous, she said. Well, she was found murdered, robbed of all the trinkets my father bought her with his hard-earned money. My father died of shock and heartbreak. Mother stopped eating, and I got the struggling inn. The name stuck. That's the story. Of course. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know.
I finished.
Jesus.
Good day.
Really? Why give them unique names if they're... You know, I'm sorry, I hate that. Like, what is the point?
What business would the mighty Grey Wardens have with a man like me? Oh? What was this about? How sad it is to see a Grey Warden manipulated. But I have no time to straighten this out for you. Men, let's teach the Grey Warden a lesson about trust.
Why are we always attracted to danger?
All right.
Make a preserver!
Okay, go with you now.
You should run while you can.
I shall do it.
You ever wonder why the mages built their tower out in the middle of Lake Carlin? They have an aversion to practicality or something?
Good to see you again.
So anyway, let's keep moving forward.
You're not looking to get across to the tower, are you? Because I have strict orders not to let anyone pass. Oh, you're a Grey Warden, are you? Prove it. Yes? Oh, a Grey Warden seal. Aha! So you're claiming to be one of those. You know, I have some documents, too. They say I'm the Queen of Antiva. What do you think of that? Kill some darkspawn. Come on, let's see some righteous Grey Wardening. Ugh, semantics. Anyway, it was nice chatting with you. Now, on your way, right now, go. He won't know if you never get in, will he? Oh, I've outsmarted you. If I were more flexible, I'd pat myself on the back. Is that bad? Look, I'm, just trying to do my job. I'll take you right now, just like you wanted. Come along, I suppose.
That's right, bitch. What an asshole.
And I want 2 men stationed within sight of the doors at all times. Do not open the doors without my express consent. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. The doors are barred. Are they keeping people out or in?
Now we wait and pray. Who are you? I explicitly told Carol not to bring anyone across the lake. We're dealing with a very delicate situation. You must leave for your own safety. I am weary of the Grey Warden's ceaseless need for men to fight the Darkspawn, but it is their right. You'll find no allies here. The Templars can spare no men, and the mages are indisposed. I shall speak plainly. The tower is no longer under our control. Abominations and demons stalk the tower's halls. The circle is lost. The tower has fallen. We don't know. We saw only demons, hunting Templars and mages alike. I realized we could not defeat them and told my men to flee. I have sent word to Denerim, calling for reinforcements and the right of annulment.
And of course my party decides to be a dick. Microsoft, full of shit.
The right of annulment gives Templars the authority to neutralize the Mage Circle. Completely.
The mages are probably already dead. Any abominations remaining in there must be dealt with, no matter what.
This situation is dire. There is no alternative. Everything in the tower must be destroyed so it can be made safe again. If any are still alive, the Maker himself has shielded them. No one could have survived those monstrous creatures. It is too painful to hope for survivors and find nothing. And what was I to do? Leave the door open as the abominations poured out?
He's right. All the circles have doors like these, to prevent abominations from getting loose.
Denerim must have received our message. It cannot be much longer. If, by some miracle, you destroy the abominations, yes, the Templars will join your army. Without word from Denerim, I must determine our course. Surely destroying Darkspawn is a worthy goal. A word of caution. Once you cross that threshold, there is no turning back. The great doors must remain barred. I will open them for no one until I have proof that it is safe. I will only believe it is over if the first enchanter stands before me and tells me it is so. If Irving has fallen, then the circle is lost and must be destroyed. May Andraste lend you her courage, whatever you decide.
Right.
My wounds!
This is too cruel. I would not subject even an animal to such a terrible fate.
I wish this were over. We're running low on supplies, and I don't know how much longer we'll last. We need the abominations and demons out of this place, if that's what you mean. If you have anything to trade, that would be helpful too.
Oh, you know what? I think we're going to call it a video. Before we just talk to everyone, ask how everyone's doing. Because why not?
Yes? Something you need?
Someone was always around everyone.
Next to nothing, I'm afraid. Perhaps there is little to know about this place, or I simply have not discovered its secrets yet. Yes? Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind? Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think. Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Olay.
Okay.
A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot. Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the grand tourney, but Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered. Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the grand melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat. The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Olay so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier. I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone.
But, you know,
maybe you have heard of Flemeth? Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists? Well, if Flemeth really exists, she would be very, very old indeed. Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you. Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Haeva, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing she practiced her art. And then one day a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love. Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Haeva, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar, but a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many Chasing men, and with their help begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds. Chantry lore says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin, and it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris. Which one? I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinder Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own. The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a wholly exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish. Andraste was the Maker's chosen.
Learn a bit more about
the Maker
elves.
had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved, and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker. Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly husband, Mafarath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his
so another
own.
case are women.
She was also revered as the Maker's betrothed,
women are better than me.
and
Well,
Mafarath
like,
began to
who
see their
cares?
own bond waning
There's even
in
a time
significance
actually,
as Andraste became ever
where
more
basically
devoted to
someone
the
would,
Maker.
kind of, like,
Out of
take him
envy and
down,
spite,
because,
Mafarath made a
they
pact
killed
with the
a
Archon
feminist
Hysterian
and
of
but then it's
Tevinter,
like, really?
allowing
That's
his
fucking gay,
beloved
Christ.
Andraste to be ambushed
like,
and captured.
Again, you see people getting
Andraste
killed in
was
GTA
burned
5
at the
for your
stake
colours, you
in
know, oh my God,
Minrathous,
don't
the
take enough
capital of
racism or
Tevinter.
sexism. Yeah, I'm sorry, I call it's bullshit. It's dumb.
I have thought on this too. Did he withdraw his sight from her at that moment? Where were all the powers he bestowed upon her? This question has come to me many times, and I have no answer. Perhaps there was no way for Andraste to return to the Maker but through her death. We will never know for sure.
Alright, Alistair.
What do you need? Ask away. Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring. That's just in public. In private, we have these yellow and purple tunics, right? Much more comfortable, and you don't break the beds when you jump on them during a pillow fight. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring. Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right?
True.
The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al-Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it. The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home? Right. Stupid of me to ask. I'm sorry. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way. I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
And Morrigan, why not?
Yes? At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees. Don't be foolish. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken. And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been. Do I not? I am still an apostate mage, even if I have left the wilds. The Darkspawn are yet undefeated. No, there is much that remains. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
Oh. Right. So anyway, we're going to continue on in the next video where we go further up in the tower and sort their shit out. Anyway, I'll see you all then. Take care. See ya.